Hollywood runs on secrecy. Behind the flashing lights and red carpet glamour lies a hidden world where some of your favorite stars do unspeakable things to achieve and maintain status among the rich and famous. And those who dare speak out often find their lives in danger. A world of elite sex cults, celebrity sacrifices, and the blood oaths that ensure anyone who dares speak out winds up dead. A shadowy society so exclusive, few outsiders ever learn of its existence. Who are its elite members, and just what does it take to join? Could some of cinema's biggest stars have been murdered or even sacrificed? And what are Hollywood's ties to elite child trafficking rings? Find out as we explore the dark side of the entertainment industry Hollywood doesn't want you to see. Celebrity fascination has permeated conspiracy culture to such a degree that many now think of what is called the Illuminati as some celebrity club. In reality, celebrities are nothing more than well-kept puppets of the elite establishment, barking like a dog upon command to distract the general public. Similar to the bread and circuses of ancient Rome, entertainment creates a valuable distraction for the increasing problems facing today's society. Movies and television serve as a powerful means of shaping culture and ideas. So it should come as no surprise that government and the elite would seek control over such a compelling means of mass manipulation. Since its infancy, Hollywood has essentially served as a propaganda outlet for the military, government, and ruling elite. Donald Duck was even used to promote paying taxes and the sale of war bonds during World War II. The most overt form of control exerted over Hollywood producers is military script approval. Movies often require the use of military-owned vehicles and equipment. In order to use such items, producers must submit their script to a set of military liaison officers who read and require changes.
You'll find notes written throughout here. I'll take an email and I'll do up all the pages that I have problems or questions about, and just enumerate those for the producer, and then I email them to the producer and to the Pentagon, our boss up at the Pentagon, so he knows what we're doing and what concerns we have.
Even the G.I. Joe cartoon had military consultants, ensuring its young audience had a favorable view of the military. The CIA also requires similar script approval. Besides making billions of dollars worldwide for studios and distributors, movies project perceptions and ideas into the mass subconscious.
CIA is primarily interested in Hollywood because Hollywood is one of the principal means through which the establishment in the United States is able to shape public opinion. And the CIA's role is in shaping that narrative and in projecting it into Hollywood and into the public consciousness.
They also use Hollywood to demonize and to create enemies where there are no enemies.
In reality, the nexus of intelligence agencies, secret societies, and the entertainment industry is a tale more lurid than Hollywood's best screenwriters could ever produce.
Are there many actors in Hollywood who also moonlight as agents, do you think?
I think there are probably quite a few, yes. I think probably Hollywood is full of CIA agents, and we just don't know it. And I wouldn't be surprised at all to discover that, this was extremely common.
Years ago, a peaceful orange grove lay through the sun of Southern California. Today, that orange grove is Hollywood, city of dreams for boys and girls all over the world.
Desperation. The town runs on it, feeds off it. It is the thick black crude that keeps the Hollywood dream machine running smoothly. Hollywood has no shortage of ambitious newcomers desperate for a mere whiff of fame. Most know about the notorious casting couch, but what few realize is how institutionalized the practice has become within the entertainment industry.
I found when I was a 16-year-old, fresh from boarding school, going out into, on the casting couch, I was definitely objectified to an extreme. The kinds of roles and the kinds of things I was expected to do in auditions. I mean, there was one horrific incident where I went back for a second audition, and the director asked me to sit with my legs apart The camera was right between, you know, positioned where it could see up my skirt, to put my leg over the arm of the chair, and before I started my dialogue, think about the character that I was supposed to be having the dialogue with, and how it felt to be made love to by this person. And I was thinking, this is so strange. Why would I need to do that? But this is the director. He is talking. You know, there's the casting director.
It must be normal.
It must be normal. I'm 18 years old. You know, and I'm thinking this is obviously something that I was in a protected. You know, there were boundaries, and it turned out that the director who went on to make the film and who I was auditioning for used to show that video late at night to interested parties at his house. A video of me touching myself with a camera up
So
my
you were
skirt.
abused, but at the time it didn't feel like
And
it.
that was in a professional environment.
Casting directors, agents, or producers often make it clear that actors who want the role not only must make themselves available to sleep with that particular power player, but also their network of powerful friends as well.
The first thing they're going to do is break you. Nobody in Hollywood gets a pass. If you want to go in Hollywood, it's just not going to one guy get you. They're going to pass you around. All of them. Because it's from one, it escalates from one step to the other. It's 1, 2, I don't give a damn. It's never over. Every time you do something, it's not like, okay, it's done. You did it the first time. Now, what you want to do, the sky's the limit. Nah. They take you back to that room and do it all over again.
Many modeling and talent agencies are also prostitution operations. They may get their clients actual work, but they are expected to take on escort gigs as well.
Models routinely are shipped to Abu Dhabi, Bahrain, the United Arab Emirates, who will go on a weekend to make 6 figures for turning a trick with some Middle Eastern royalty and come back on a Monday flush with cash. And this goes on every week, every day, every month of the year.
Many celebrities are still available for hire if you have enough money and the right connections.
There's a lot of international wealthy businessmen who can pay the price to fly an actress or a well-known celebrity actress model to wherever he lives, whatever country. Maybe they didn't have a hit film in a few years, but they're still, you know, sexy with an international businessman who says, hey, I want you to come out and visit me in my castle.
The escort track is how many aspiring entertainers and models find themselves at the mansion parties and secret underground clubs where they are groomed for initiation into powerful secret orders, after which their career skyrockets.
But Cat Williams was correct when he said those mansion parties, and y'all don't understand what go on with that shit, man. Cat Williams said they was letting him in, and the stuff that he was seeing was blowing his mind.
They be having these big-ass mansion parties, and the mansion party, the whole mansion is a party, and then it's a separate party in the little rooms. I ain't been famous that goddamn long. I'm excited than a motherfucker to be at the mansion party. You be looking at all the goddamn rooms, and you fuck around and look in the wrong room and shit.
I went to one time, I've seen them really bad. They actually kill people there and stuff. They pay like up to like 100,000 people to see people get executed. I'm not kidding, but I went to another one where literally I saw like the grossest. I wanted to throw up.
But once inside, they enter a world so vile and fraught with danger, it's no wonder many must remain constantly doped up. Inside are levels of secret societies and Luciferian rulers who wield ultimate power over those who dare enter their elite network. With each level comes increased fame, wealth, and status, but as the rewards get bigger, so does the cost. And once you're in, there's no turning back. Given Hollywood movies' role in ensuring the elite's continued control, it should come as no surprise that entertainers are viewed as valuable commodities, and the bigger the star, the more value and power they achieve. But like all commodities, they too are controlled by the elite cabal. But what methods of control do the elite puppet masters use? And what happens when celebrities get out of line? November 19th, Sacramento, California. A packed stadium roars as one of the top headliners takes stage. But soon it would become apparent this would be no typical Kanye West concert. In what the mainstream media dismissed as a crazy rant, he discussed, among other things, how the news media lies and manipulates the public's perception of reality.
Google lied to you. Facebook lied to you. Radio lied to you. I am putting my life, my public will standing at risk when I talk to y'all like this.
Hours later, he was handcuffed to a gurney and hauled away under the pretenses of a psychiatric emergency. The incident sparked immediate reaction from conspiracy researchers who feared Kanye had broken from his mind control and had to be taken in for reprogramming. Indeed, the Illuminati use an insidious form of total mind control that involves breaking the victim's mind into multiple personalities, known as monarch programming.
You know, and it's a big culture of mind control too. MK Ultra mind control rules in Hollywood. If you don't know, Google that and look into it.
Well, we've talked about Operation Mockingbird, MK Ultra mind control stuff from, I mean, this goes back decades and decades.
Since monarch mind control is expensive, time-consuming, and does not work on everyone, most celebrities are controlled via a system of blackmail, threats, and similar mafia-style tactics the Illuminati use to exert their dominance and keep stars in line. From bizarre humiliation rites to ritual abuse and even sacrifice, find out the sick cult tactics that keep stars bound to the Illuminati, and which loved actors may have been murdered. That and more after this. Hi, I'm Jay Myers. If you like the films I've been putting out, if you want to help me create quality content that will wake people up, then become a Patreon insider for only $5 a month. Not only will you be exposing the truth, you'll gain exclusive access to new members-only content and deleted scenes on everything from Prince's death to subliminal advertisements. So head on over to patreon.com and become an insider for only $5 a month. Celebrities are subjected to the same types of cult control and brainwashing as the rest of the secret society initiates. The first level of deterrence most experience is simply the threat of not working. The entire industry is ran by 6 major studios. Say too much, and even an A-lister could be out of work in a heartbeat.
Roseanne, I mean, do you know people have been blacklisted? I mean, is it just kind of a self-censorship in Hollywood, or do people actually get edged out if they are too much against the grain?
Yeah, it's self-censorship after a while, but it's not just a crazy self-censorship. It's self-censorship because there's actually a danger that you will never work again.
Celebrities who speak out can also see their reputations ruined through the controlled media.
Some of us are against the Illuminati, and we are against the Illuminati at our own detriment. When people are against the Illuminati, then they get punched in the face all the time. The press hates them, and nobody likes them.
We all love Dave Chappelle.
Exactly. Dave Chappelle has never been a part of the Illuminati. They don't want him or me or people like us.
They own TMZ and all other major outlets, and can have a star's reputation destroyed with bad press. The archetype of the shadowy Svengali controller is not without merit. Some puppet masters use drugs and hypnosis to keep their stars dependent and controlled. The paparazzi are used like gang stalkers, communicating amongst each other and following the celeb, harassing them, but mostly reminding them, everywhere you go, we are watching, you cannot hide. The whole paparazzi system is like a form of organized stalking, known as gang stalking, and meant to be intrusive and intimidating. It's no wonder many celebrities finally snap, giving the paparazzi exactly the pictures and type of material publishers want. Often celebrities are made the victims of ritual humiliation. Ritual humiliation is a common cult control technique used by college fraternities, secret societies, and cults, usually during the initiation process. The precursors to the secret occult orders that now form what we call the Illuminati originated with the ancient mystery schools, which engaged in degrading initiations of their own. Hippolytus wrote in his 3rd century codex, Refutation of All Heresies, that initiation is nothing but blackmail through making the man commit shameful, often criminal acts. Hazing is a form of these humiliation rituals and has spread into various sects of society through Illuminati subgroups hidden in organizations and institutions which essentially function as recruiting pool. Since celebrities live their lives in public, humiliation rituals can be conducted on a very public level. During a humiliation ritual, the ego is the sacrifice. Public humiliation rituals could range from embarrassment on stage to having a sex tape leak, or any events orchestrated to direct embarrassment towards the victim. Male members are sometimes forced to wear a dress as form of degradation. This is especially humiliating when viewed in light of the sex acts they are often forced to endure during initiations. During an interview on the Oprah Winfrey Show, comedian Dave Chappelle exposed this practice. "I'm a conspiracy theorist to a degree," Chappelle starts, before going on to describe how he too was pressured by Hollywood executives to wear a dress. Only after refusing several demands did the producers finally relent, at which point Chappelle says they suddenly had a new scene without the dress already written. Chappelle seemed to be indicating that this is, in fact, some sort of twisted ritual that those in the industry are often forced to endure. Oprah became visibly uncomfortable and quickly changed the subject. In fact, the clip proved so controversial, Oprah Winfrey Networks had the original version of this documentary taken down over its inclusion. Private humiliation rituals also take place in which initiates are made to eat horribly disgusting things, which is often filmed by the cult. Typically, all initiates, including celebrities, must also engage in gross and demented acts.
And then when you get in, it's rituals. Drinking blood, eating poop and drinking urine. Anything that we would think is totally inhuman, abominable, then that's what you must do. If you want to be a celebrity in Hollywood, then your attendance at these parties is going to be mandatory. Because if you want the movie roles coming in, then you've got to keep doing the rituals. You stop going to the meetings and you stop going to rituals, you start slowly losing everything that you had built up. And they don't complain. They get beyond that stage. They don't complain, they do it. I mean, can you imagine? I mean, what do? You go to an underground Hollywood club, a super secret Satanist club. Do they serve feces on toothpicks? These people are nasty.
These rituals are most likely filmed for sick pleasure and blackmail purposes. Most disturbingly, celebrities can be physically harmed or even murdered if they go against the cabal. Sadly, some entertainers are simply worth more dead, as albums and movies become more popular after an artist's death.
And how did you feel when you heard that Sony, I think it was back in the UK, had jacked the prices up of Whitney's album?
It reminds me...
Within an hour or so of her dying.
Yeah, that reminds me of the time I had a manager once that said to me, you know, you're worth more money dead than alive. Okay, so I am just, by the grace of God, stand by here.
In 2010, Randy Quaid and his wife Edie fled to Canada claiming they were refugees and that they were targets of an assassination plot perpetrated by what they call star whackers.
We believe there to be a malignant tumor of star whackers in Hollywood. How many people do you know personally who have died suddenly and mysteriously in the past 5 years? I have personally known 8 actors, all of whom I have worked with and was close to. Heath Ledger, Chris Penn, David Carradine among them. I believe these actors were whacked, and I believe that many others are being played to get at their money.
But could there be any truth to these allegations? Could Hollywood's secret societies have been responsible for the death of some of America's best-loved stars? August 5th, 1962. Newspaper headlines across the United States and Europe announced the death of one of the most legendary movie stars of all time.
One of the most famous stars in Hollywood history is dead at 36.
physician, hurriedly summoned, broke a bedroom window, found the actress dead in bed, holding in his...
But actress Marilyn Monroe's tragic death would prove to be as mysterious as it was unexpected. She had been having an affair with the current president at the time, John F. Kennedy, and his brother, Bobby, the Attorney General, and she was threatening to make the entire sordid affair public.
She said, I'm going to blow the lid off of this whole damned thing. And I asked her what she meant by that. And she said, my involvement with the Kennedys, it goes much deeper than what most people think.
Monroe supposedly died of a suicidal drug overdose, meaning she willingly swallowed a handful of pills. However, no pill capsules were in her system, and there was no glass to drink from in the room.
Dr. Greenson, he pointed out to me that on a nightstand by her bed there was about 8 prescription bottles. It had contained various kinds of prescription drugs. And he goes like this: she must have taken all of these. And he directs my attention to these. And I walk over and I stick my head over and I look down and they're all empty. And we look for a glass that she could have used to swallow these pills, and there was no glass in that room.
Here was a girl that had trouble taking an aspirin without a glass of water. And I have never seen her go and take pills or capsules without some type of a liquid. It was with her, she always said, I can't take something unless I've got something to drink it down with.
One could never take that many Nembutal without water. The tablets themselves would choke the patient and be so dry and sticky in his mouth he couldn't tolerate it. And without water being present, I don't see how she could have gotten them down. And obviously she didn't get them down because they were never found in her stomach.
Marilyn Monroe did not commit suicide. She was murdered.
She was a girl that knew too much, and she ended up dead one morning.
Heath Ledger's is undoubtedly one of Hollywood's strangest celebrity deaths, and many conspiracy researchers believe the acclaimed actor's demise had all the signs of an Illuminati sacrifice. Kill me. Fresh off filming his most iconic role as Batman's Joker in The Dark Knight, Ledger was found unresponsive in his bed by a masseuse whose first call was not 911, not the police, but none other than Mary-Kate Olsen. Olsen promptly dispatched her private security team to the room, who actually made it to the scene before paramedics. One can only speculate what bodyguards were supposed to do about a lifeless man, but theorists suggest they were there to clean up certain evidence from the scene.
If she suspected this was a life and death situation, why is she calling Mary-Kate first? But then the thing that is really damning here and suspicious, if you want to go to the darkest place of all, which is why did Mary-Kate then call her bodyguards and send them to the scene of the death?
Many of these security firms act more like fixers, making it so that no matter what their rich and famous client does, it is like it never even happened. They are experts.
Hollywood fixers go back to the golden age. These are shady gumshoe types, not unlike myself, who know how to assess a situation when there's a problem, when irreparable damage can be caused to the celebrity who's involved in something shady, and these are the guys who make the problems go away, hence the name fixers.
Mary-Kate demanded immunity before she would explain her involvement in the situation.
Weekly. All right, Lisa, legally, what is this lawyer doing? Why demand immunity?
Well, let's call it what it is. It's suspicious. You only ask for immunity if you have something to hide, right?
Some conspiracy researchers believe the actor's death could have been part of some kind of sacrifice. Those who do point not only to the strange imagery found in the movie he was working on at the time of his death, which featured Masonic symbolism and even a noose around his neck. Could Ledger's death have been part of a ritual sacrifice? While shocking to some, such an act would not be without precedent in Hollywood. When we return, the Joker's haunting smile makes its first Hollywood appearance, carved into the victim of one of the nation's most notorious unsolved murders.
She wanted out, and you don't get out.
The detectives arrive at the scene and they're shocked.